We got James with our first super chat of the show. Thank you, James. Appreciate the support as always. He's got an idea. He says, trade Rusnak, play Jesus Ferreira at number 10, sign Espinoza. James, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was my next topic for us, Nico, which is we've been talking about free agency a little bit, and Christian Espinoza was one name that's on that list. Walker Zimmerman was another we were talking about. But let's talk about Christian Espinoza again, Nico, because I got some thoughts. Here. First of all, did you read anything about the circumstances under how he became a free agent? Because it's pretty funny. From what I read, I think Tom Bogues or Paul Tenario was reporting this, but apparently there was like a club option that they had on him that they like missed the deadline to exercise. So he was actually not even supposed to be a free agent. They were going to bring him back, but through some like, I guess, clerical error, they didn't end up exercising that option, and now he's a free agent for anyone to sign. I'm not sure if that's exactly what happened, but it's something like that. Like they didn't want him to be a free agent. Now he is. Nico, the Sounders should be in on this, man, and they don't even have to trade Rusnak, because you got Ryan Kent coming off the books, and there's we'll see what happens with Obed, we'll see what happens with guys like Moose and Rothrock, but there should be, regardless of what you think of Rusnak, there should theoretically be cap space and financial room to sign Espinoza if you want him. They should be in on this. Imagine this attack if you add Christian Espinoza to the mix, and say you do lose Ryan Kent and you do lose Paul Rothrock in free agency, but Espinoza is one of the guys who's soaking up those minutes. I think there's potential issues there, as far as I'm not really sure what he's like as a work rate two-way type player like Jesus Ferreira is. That could be part of his game. It could not be part of his game at all. I don't know, but I do know that that's a big thing for Brian Schmetzer. But like, just the fact that this guy came available when he wasn't supposed to be, now he's out there. This is one of the most talented players in the league. So dynamic from out wide. His wide service is incredible. He can hit the through balls. He can play centrally or out wide. The only downside I can think of, Nico, is like potential issues with his system fit with Schmetzer ball and like work rate, and does he bring it on defense and pressing and all that stuff. But as far as pure attacking talent, dude, like if they get Christian Espinoza, that would be a freaking home run. If they do the due diligence and are like, this is a guy who's a good locker room culture fit and tactical fit, and they bring him in, I would be stoked, man. I think this offense could be it could be a big boost to an offense that racked 87 goals, all comps. What do you think? Am I off base at all with this, or should they be going for this?
I love Christian Espinoza. I think that at 30, he's still a guy that he's so creative.
Not that old. Not that old.
No, he's not that old, and he's a winger that can do a lot of things for you. I do feel like a lot of his game would be in question in terms of the system. I do know that he's obviously played some wing back and he's been defending, but it's a different type of defending. The pressing triggers and things like that for Brian Schmetzer is so important. Usually the guy on the left is the widest guy for the Sounders, and Christian does like to come inside a lot. I mean, he plays the right, obviously, as well, but that's where Ferreira would go. I don't know if I would make the switch necessarily, Albert to Espinoza. I'm not a stats guy, but if you compare the stats over the last couple of years, I mean, Albert statistically has been so much better.
Then Espinoza?
I like the
Then Espinoza?
Yeah.
I feel like it's roughly comparable. Like they're both guys that you can be pretty confident that they're going to get like 10 plus assist type season for you in any given year.
Let's see. For 2025, just MLS play, because I'm looking at the MLS page. It is 10 assists, 11 goals for Albert. and it is 12 assists, 4 goals for Espinoza.
Ooh, he only had 4 goals.
2024, 4 goals for Espinoza, 14 assists for Espinoza. Albert, 2024, 10 goals, 16 assists. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but I'm not just a stats guy. I feel what you bring in on the field. That's just the way I handle, that's the way I approach soccer. And even at that specific moment, I wouldn't make the sub. What I would say is that I would love to add him on if, like the way you started this comment and this conversation, if I'm getting rid of Ryan Kidd in the books, which is like $1 million something, if you are getting or possibly not unable to sign Paul Rothrock back, then yeah, you could definitely be able to mix and change. And if I could bring in Espinoza at a TAM level deal, and I'm paying him 1.2, I'll take that all day, every day.
Oh my God, that would be fire.
That'd be fire. That'd be fire.
If they do that, extend Craig Weibel for 10 years.
But I would want that with what I have already. I just feel like
yes,
I
agree with that. The swapping him for Rusnak thing that's just like a backhanded way to get your Rusnak dig in. But in my hypothetical, you have them both. You have them both. Why not?
Look, and I love James, and I love how he's extremely smart, and he definitely comes in and he makes a lot of good points. But I think that the counterpoint to this is everything that you've seen from this offense this year. Like you cannot forget about the 86 goals that this offense scored, and all of it is based on the group, the collective play, and that collective play needs all those guys. You need the dual cam type guys like Ferreira and Albert. It just doesn't work the same if you don't have one of those guys. Now, Christian, love the guy, phenomenal, great on set pieces. Services are just delicious. He'd be in a much better team with much better players. He wouldn't be forced to be the guy, which in my opinion would up his level of effectiveness and productivity. But again, there's a lot of ifs, and there's a lot of things that perhaps if you're moving on from a guy like Albert, I just wouldn't necessarily love, but I would love to add him on. Add him on. If you can get him in, I would absolutely take the hit. And as much as I love Paul Rothrock and I would hate to see him go, I'd be, not so sad to have a guy like Espinoza in instead.
It's just such a good fit, dude. It's just such a good fit. I don't know. The more I've been thinking about it, the more I'm like, because there's gonna be some roster movement at that position group. Georgie is a guy who's going to be making a push for more minutes, but you add Espinoza, it's like perfect. You can play him out wide. He's super reliable, super dynamic, great assist guy. I think he and Rusnak are more similar, frankly, than a couple of people in chat are trying to portray. I don't think, like, if you actually did make that swap, the idea that it would be like this massive upgrade, like their assist production is roughly similar. Rusnak is a little more goal dangerous, at least on the stat sheet. But like any scenario where you could have them both and have Espinoza as one of your wide players, I would be all about that. They should be in on that. I hope they do that.